So I got 15 minutes to do this because that's how much space I have left. But I was laying in bed, and that's how I usually come to do these things. Is I'm laying in bed because the next day I have to do something and I can't sleep for a second, and then I start to think again. And generally, it comes to me in a shock. But when I recollect on a previous acquaintance I had once before, I kind of feel a lot of pain when recalling it. There had been this girl I had been talking to for a period of 2 months. It was a quite odd relationship that I had started. It was an interesting relationship. Nothing too, what was it? Nothing officially too close. Nothing official. But I had built quite a deep fancy for her. I had grown quite an interest. I had become somewhat legitimately interested. And that was a stark contrast from two of the previous relationships I had somewhat had with girls. I had built a sexual interest in just having sex. And, well, I say two girls, but there was really only one. The other girl, it was more of a personal relationship, but I had very little interest in that relationship. Don't want to sound like a dick, but I guess that was somewhat the reality. But luckily, one of them ended on a good note. The other one ended on quite a bad note, but the ending of it was a good thing. But this girl, I had built quite an interest in. I don't know why, but I do know why. She was quite bloody beautiful, but also because she would say things every now and then which don't sound cocky, like, oh, she understood me and shit like that. But it did feel like I could talk to her and she could deduce from me. I could probably learn something. And she was interesting. She was quite intriguing in her own ways. And it fucking sucks, man. The way it ended was very painful for me. Well, I say very painful for me. I don't tend to cry very often. But it really just kind of like, I lay there every now and then. Like, I think of drawing perhaps, and then I think of the drawing I had made of her. Because it comes to mind of like, because I have it behind me under my paper cutter, because I don't chuck out the things I draw. I still have it, but I forget about it, and then I find it. And it just, something deep inside me really hurts. And it comes back back to me every now and then. Don't know what I expect to get out of this, but it keeps on coming to me, and I just think I need to talk about it. I need to somehow. I don't think is that I have a problem getting over, because I hear about this thing where if you still think about them, you haven't gotten over it. But if I recollect a good movie, have I not just gotten? I just haven't gotten over it. Like, what does it mean? Am I just? I guess that might be a very bad comparison, but I don't know. And it really is. It doesn't hurt me, and it doesn't haunt me very often. I live most of my life oblivious of the past. Not oblivious of the past, but the bad things don't haunt me too often. At least especially this thing. But it does come back. Perhaps once a week, perhaps once a month. Yeah, about once a week. And I kind of just like... It's like, damn, I fucking lost it. And it's something that I hope in the future to achieve again. Or something better, perhaps. Don't know if there was there probably is something better out there. But I don't think trying to achieve a better thing. You can always be richer, but rich. I mean, you're rich enough, you have enough money. And I think it was my introduction to perhaps something that could be a goal when it comes to having a relationship. But perhaps I shouldn't limit myself. Um, hmm. I kind of wanted to bring this out so I could speak more about the suffering. so, so you guys can pity me, but more of a reflection, because when I had my curtains down and everything, I really closed my room down because I just want to sleep. It's like 7 or 8. It's 8:05. I need to get up tomorrow to work, so I need to sleep very well. But I'm not going to sleep well at the moment with this on my mind. And I knew this will come back, so I need to let it out. What have I taken away from the scenario? I don't know. I think due to how it ended, I can only guess of why it had ended. So I don't necessarily know what the what morals I should, what lesson I should take away. There might be some very clear lessons, but I think when it comes to criticizing myself, it's a little bit less blurry. One thing I had done would be, I wouldn't shut the fuck up sometimes. Like, I wouldn't shut up. I just wanted to talk and have someone listen to me. And it was nice because it felt like she could listen to me, but I probably took too much of that. I probably wasn't being given it. She would give me that, but I would take quite a lot of it because I really liked it. And I would text her bloody random things on my mind so I could know she was listening to me, so I could have someone hear me. No. I think perhaps I may be lacking certain things, an outlet to speak my mind sometimes, or my thoughts, so I turned to her and forced that upon her. Therefore, perhaps just me giving her the responsibility of being a therapist, or a bloody, I don't know, pen pal. And I think we were weird. The relationship was somewhat weird, but I think when it comes down to what I had done to perhaps had ruined the relationship or make it something into what I wanted it to be. I think those issues. I was trying to progress into something I wanted to be, not letting it progress into something it should be or could be, which I think is irresponsible. And as a consequence, even if it could have been the thing I wanted it to be, I would have been forcing it upon her. She would have noticed and she would have rebelled, because the nature is people put handcuffs on you, you want to take them off. But I don't also think that's the case. I think it just probably was fucking weird. I was probably just weird. So I don't know. And God forbid I was upset with her. I'm not upset with her at all. The humans are fucking fantastic creatures, and confusing was at that. And I only hope that I have some sort of good image in her memory. Perhaps she's completely forgotten about me. And in that case, that's good itself. I don't know what is a good or bad thing. All I kind of know is that I miss it. And I somewhat want her back. I want to be able to sit down and talk to her. And hope that I am someone who would be compatible with her, but it's not the reality of the situation. So I have to accept what it is. I am someone who, I'm quite a romantic in certain ways, and it pains me to know that I lay in my bed by myself, without someone to talk to, without a personality, without someone greater than me by my side to speak to think, to hear. And believe it or not, I do like hearing. But I think I somewhat got tired of hearing at one point, and I was lacking the ability for people to hear me, So as in compensation, I would just talk more than I should. And I still do that in some scenarios. But I hope I hope I do. I hope I better myself. I hope I take the lesson that perhaps she had taught me. And fuck, what am I saying? I can't read into this shit. That's the issues. I shouldn't be reading into things. And that's one thing I did quite often with her. I'd read into stuff. I also think I was probably quite invasive of her. I think I might have and I pray to God, I don't know if she does see this. Highly unlikely. But if she ever sees this, I really hope I'm not fucking ruining, or doing something she wouldn't want me to do. But I guess in a way, this is not about her, this is about me, because you're here to hear me. But what the fuck am I saying? I think the moral of the story for me is let things be the things they are. And if they change into whatever they must change into. Let it progress naturally. I had spoken about this once with my mother, not this scenario, but relationships in general. I was saying, I wish I could be in an environment where relationships progress naturally. And I do admit, and I was saying the issue is, I sometimes, since I don't have this ability, my predicament, I was homeschooled for so many years, and especially the pandemic, a lot of us experience, I would go hunting for a relationship. I go hunting for girls. I say hunting, don't sound like a fucking pedophile. But if I saw a girl, if I knew that the girl's on the other end, I wanted to fucking attract. I wanted to make the person interested in me. I wanted to see if I could like them. And I would force myself to like them more often, or I would try to make them like me. Which is stupid and fucking retarded, but that was the case. And I pray I'm somehow better. I don't know, because I haven't had much of a chance to do shit. And I only know when I do things. I can only pray until I've done it. So, who fucking knows who I am? I'm cussing. I don't know why I'm cussing. That's one thing I try my best not to do around. Because sometimes I'd find myself cussing, like, on something. It's like overreacting, all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I do it sometimes. I try my best not to, but sometimes I do. I would like to be only psychoanalyzed a little bit. Get some psychoanalysis. That's also one thing that had happened when I was around her. She was capable of doing, because I will say, she seemed to me as quite intelligent. But to be fair, I was the one talking most of the time, and I didn't give her a chance to talk. Actually, I say that. Fuck that. I had this. I would try to, because I would, like, come with, like, shit. I would want to talk with her. I literally think all day of things I would want to talk with her. Come to her, and I'd be dazzled. I would be, like, shocked. I'd be like, I couldn't think when I was around her. It was kind of somewhat weird, like, but it wasn't like, oh, I want to get out of here. No, I need to think. There's no space. It's very much the opposite. But I was just stunned every time I talked to her. I say every time. Literally, this relationship was a very odd one. But it was an introduction into progressing into some more intimate friendships and or relationships. What I need to learn, and there's perhaps some lessons I need to learn. Who knows? Okay, the bloody timer's about to run out for that thing, so moral of the lesson, don't, who bloody knows what's the moral of the lesson? What's the moral of the lesson? Don't push, let it flow. Flow like water. What is the thing from Dune? Don't fight the sand that you flow with it.